Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. The VI Commissioner of Health, Dr. Mercedes Dellum, has resigned. A major police arrest on St. Croix. Dominican Republic presidential candidates are trying to take a bite out of the Big Apple. And JetBlue teaches airport security to some lucky students. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, this story came to us as a surprise, as I'm sure it was for all of you here in the territory. VI Health Commissioner Dr. Mercedes Dellum has submitted her resignation. News Channel 8's Wes Small is on the line with Chairman of Health Committee Senator Patrick Sproul for his reaction.
All right, Stacey, on the line with us then to talk about Commissioner Dellum's resignation is the chairman of the Health Committee for the Virgin Islands, Senator Patrick Sproul. Senator, thank you at this late time in the afternoon. It kind of came as a shock to you. Our health commissioner resigned, and it says personal reasons. Please, your thoughts on that, sir.
It's a very big shock to me. I have no idea. I heard about it early this morning. We were in a committee hearing for Human Services, and I'm still shocked. I'm very disappointed because I supported her nomination. We have so much work to do with the Department of Health, making sure that people's well-being and health care is done properly in the territory, and the leadership for the Department of Health is really important, especially right now. And to hear this news has really come as a shock and a major disappointment to me. It's a major shock to, I'm sure, all the employees for the department as well.
And we'd like to thank Senator Sproul for his time today. In other news, the VIPD have arrested 21-year-old Nkosi Paris for the January 2011 murder of 16-year-old Jamal Richardson. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Thank you very much, Stacey. We are here at Rainbow Command in Frederiksted for an emergency press conference for the media. Here's what's going on. You might remember January 25th, 2011, the murder of 16-year-old Jamal Richardson. Now his family could come a step closer to closure. We have an arrest, a suspect under arrest. His name is Nkosi Paris. Wait till you hear the details. Let's right now go to Melody Rames, VIPD spokesperson, and Police Chief Hal.
I thought that it was very important that we come and give you this information as soon as possible. On January 25th, 2001, police began the investigation into the death of 16-year-old Jamal Richardson, whose dead body was found in a church under construction in Estate Two Brothers in Frederiksted. At the time, police said the body shows signs of obvious trauma. Many in the public contributed to the solving of this case with the information that you gave. And today we're here to say that we have a suspect who will be arrested today.
The Criminal Investigation Bureau Major Crimes Unit has made an arrest and is currently booking Nkosi Paris. He is currently an inmate at the Bureau of Corrections. He is currently also being charged, or he has been already charged, with a March 31st, 2011 homicide that happened in Frederiksted town. He was pending charges on that crime, and he was rearrested today on the death of Jamal Richardson. On this new set of charges, he'll be charged with aggravated rape in the second degree, child exploitation, possession of a dangerous weapon during the commission of a crime of violence, and murder in the second degree. This is a case that was solved again by information that was received to the Virgin Islands Police Department from the public, but also through the use of DNA samples that were sent off to a lab in Florida. And so there were actually two sets of DNA that was sent to the lab. The second set came back last week, which was the final piece of evidence that was needed to charge this case. So he is currently under arrest, and he's awaiting trial now on two different murder cases.
So it was January 25th, 2011, that young 16-year-old Jamal Richardson was found. You might remember it was me with the exclusive report up in that one of those rooms. It was awful. And it was awful, I could tell you that. And let me tell you the charges against Nakasi Paris. He's been rearrested. Like I said, he is already serving time for the murder of meat market businessman Munif Awada, and injured the second person, Nakasi Paris, charged with multiple charges that include aggravated rape, murder in the second degree, child molestation, and the like, for the January 25th, 2011 killing of 16-year-old Jamal Richardson, who was found in a corner and left to die like an animal. In Frederickstead, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Homicide investigation is far from over. If you know anything, please say something. Please call 911, the VIPD, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Now, the Lieutenant Governor, Gov Francis, met with Puerto Rico Secretary of State McClintock about copyright issues and other business initiatives that affect our territory as well. News Channel 8's Wes Small caught up with the Lieutenant Governor earlier today for the full details.
Thank you very much. On the line with us then is our Lieutenant Governor of the Virgin Islands, Gregory R. Francis, who last week visited his Puerto Rican counterpart, Secretary of State Kenneth McClintock Hernandez, to talk about firsthand knowledge, Lieutenant Governor, about corporate registry and some other business affairs and trademarks and such. Please tell us what you and Mr. McClintock learned about that event.
What it is, File 1 is a program started with the Virgin Islands Corporation and Trademarks in 2004. So this is not something new to the Virgin Islands, but what it is, when they started the program, due to lack of funding, they were not able to complete the process. So we had the opportunity, speaking with my good friend Kenny McClintock. He was speaking about File 1 and what they're doing for us. And he mentioned that he has already installed a system. So what we're doing right now, I took my staff down to Puerto Rico so we could have a first-hand look in terms of the operations. And I spoke to the Assistant Secretary of State. And he was so excited. He spoke passionately about it. And we moving forward, we'd like to do the same thing in the Virgin Islands. This File 1 is going to do for us, we will give the customers the opportunity to do online filing. They could get 24/7. It won't be the regular 9 to 4. And in speaking to Kenny McClintock, the Secretary of State of Puerto Rico, he said just within the first 18 months or less, they have seen an increase in revenues for Puerto Rico, which exceeded $3 million plus. To touch base on the property sales we have going on,
Please.
Because apparently there's a misunderstanding in the community, and I just want to clarify the process that we're doing. These delinquencies have been on the books for many years, long before our time, and the properties that we're actually collecting revenues on is 10 or more years of delinquencies. But I want to say my staff has been going above and beyond, working with the property owners. We've been establishing payment plans. We encourage those individuals who have more than one siblings involved to get involved with an attorney and file probate. But it's not to say we are selling the properties for outright delinquencies. We are just implementing the laws that's been in the books for 10 or more years.
And an update to the missing teen story that we shared last week. Tyler Eugene has been returned to the custody of the Department of Human Services unharmed. Coming up, both candidates in the heated Dominican Republic's presidential race are fighting for every single vote, and that includes every one in as far as the boroughs of New York City. That's up next in your Caribbean Report. Now here's your Caribbean Report. From the Caribbean region, with the expansion of the Panama Canal and an increasing number of foreign investment opportunities, Panama could become a major partner for the Caribbean, according to President Ricardo Martinelli. The Panamanian leader, who was speaking Monday at the Caribbean Investment Forum in Port of Spain, said Panama's attendance at the event was a sign of the country's desire to work with the region. As part of the event, Martinelli held talks with Trinidad Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and Panama has already signed an energy agreement with Trinidad focusing on the supply of energy products and has also invited Caribbean islands to fly directly to the country from Port of Spain. In regards to tourism, the top 3 Caribbean countries in the region for receiving tourists per year are 1, the Dominican Republic, 2, Puerto Rico, and 3, Cuba, according to Carlos Vogelair, General Director for the Americas of the World Tourism Organization. From Barbados, the country is set to host one of the most important conferences on the 2012 calendar when the second CARICOM Mexico Summit comes to Barbados next Monday, May 21st, at the Hilton, Barbados. It will be preceded by a meeting of ministers of foreign affairs. Prime Minister Frondel Stewart and the current chairman of CARICOM, President Desiree Bouteflika of Suriname, are both expected to speak at the opening ceremony. CARICOM leaders will be discussing a number of issues, including tourism, trade and investment, and technical cooperation. From Dominica, an audience of movie lovers, cultural and government officials came out last Friday, May 11th, to watch supernatural thriller The Skin at the Arawak Cultural Center in Dominica. The screening of The Skin, the 4th feature from Hammer Films Antigua, was organized by the Discover Dominica Authority and the Dominican Film Commission. The Skin will now head to the DC Caribbean Film Festival and at the American Film Institute Silver Theater in Washington. From the Dominican Republic, the Dominican American vote could decide the upcoming presidential election between Danilo Medina and Hipólito Mejia. The Manhattan neighborhood of Washington Heights is at the heart of the Dominican diaspora that numbers nearly 700,000 people in New York State alone. Both candidates in the Dominican Republic presidential election have set up campaign headquarters in New York ahead of Sunday's vote, and Dominican American votes are likely to be very crucial. From Haiti, a graduating Coast Guard cadet will soon protect the same waters where he was rescued as a boy. Orlando Morel was 6 years old when his mother and he left Haiti on a crowded small wooden boat destined for America. Now 24, Morel says he'll never forget when the Coast Guard showed up in a white boat and rescued him, his mother, and other passengers. Eternally grateful, the rescue led Morel to join the Coast Guard, and on Wednesday, he will graduate from the U.S. Coast Guard Academy in Connecticut. From St. Kitts, the yachting landscape in St. Kitts and Nevis will change dramatically over the next few years. This was disclosed by Minister of Tourism and International Transportation, the Honorable Richard Skerritt. Skerritt expressed confidence that the establishment of the private jet terminal now under construction at the International Airport, along with the ongoing construction of new Class World Marina facilities at Christoph Harbor, and the expansion of the Port Zante Marina will help to significantly propel the destination forward in this sector. From Trinidad, boxer Carlos Suarez, a part-time barber and rapper, had praises showered upon him when the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago held a welcome reception in honor of his qualification for the 2012 London Olympic Games. Suarez, 18, will be the second boxer to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Olympic Games after Kurt Sinnett, who participated at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. And in your cricket update, Otis Gibson, the West Indies coach, has hinted at fielding a 4-pronged fast bowling attack for the first test against England at Lord's, which starts on Thursday. The seamer-friendly conditions and the fast recovery of his premier fast bowler Kamar Roach from a twisted ankle have given the West Indies that option, and Gibson revealed he was confident the plan would work. Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full details and stories in the Caribbean Report. Now, JetBlue has taught some lucky students some valuable security information. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. We're at Henry Rolson Airport. I'm here with Miss Gaskins and also Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold, he's head of airport rescue here, and Miss Gaskins, she's going to introduce herself as we have some students coming through JetBlue. See, we got a live DJ and some beautiful ambiance here, snacks and everything, to teach these children about the importance of airport safety and security. Ms. Gaskins, what is this all about? Thank you.
Hi. JetBlue's main value is safety, so all the stations have to do a presentation, and we call it a safety fair. So we invited the St. Croix Christian Academy School so that they could be able to be a part of our presentation today. We have the fire presenting, we have the customer service agents that's going to present today. We have the ground operations that's going to present today. American Airlines is also taking part. They're going to do a presentation as well.
Wonderful.
And we have snacks, as you said.
Yeah.
And it's basically to just let everyone know that safety, rules, regulations, they're all important to keep everyone safe on a daily basis.
I'd like to ask Mr. Arnold then, what are some of the questions that the students are asking, or they're going to ask. I understand we have 2 first-grade classes from Christian Academy here.
Well, again, my name is Arnold Payne. I'm the Aircraft Rescue Firefighting Chief for the Virgin Islands Port Authority. And some of the questions that the kids usually ask, when they come to the fire department, is can we see the fire truck? What can the fire truck do? And what are equipment that we use? We have suits, different from a regular fire department. We have what we call proximity gear, which looks like silver. People call us, we look like baking potatoes. But usually you will see that we can get to close proximity with the aircraft fire, and we promote safety as well, not just for the public, but for the aviation industry as well.
You love your job, don't you, bro?
I love my job. Okay?
Yeah.
And we also promote the safety also on the airfield. We do check the runways, making sure that everything is clear, make sure there's no debris, because any debris on the runway or any part of the runway that's cracked, have any potholes, that poses a threat for the aircraft itself between taking off and landing. So those are one of the things that we make sure that we keep abreast of, and we make sure that the airfield is safe for the public.
Now we'd like to see some of the little ones and get part of your presentation.
Guess what happened? What did I tell you in custom? What are you supposed to have?
Our passport.
No. What did I tell you? Exactly. So they didn't have the ID. So they could come to the door. TSA stopped them. There's no ID. Remember I told you that, guys. You have to have your ID to come to the door. And those 2 guys did not have the ID. So because of that, when you come to work at the airport, when you're going through the TSA, if you don't have that ID, you cannot go through the TSA screening area.
Did you know that I have a fire department here at the airport?
No.
Did you know that?
Yes.
How many, raise your hand, how many you know? I see. A fire department at the airport is very important. Oh, why?
Because if they have a plane, the plane,
You're right. If there's a fire,
somewhere.
yes, exactly. If there's a fire in the plane, or where?
Inside.
Inside, exactly. All right. Do you think it's just fire on the airplane that we deal with?
No.
What else? Right here, exactly.
Mom.
We at the fire department are responsible for everything on this airport, not just for the aircraft, but also the building.
I want to remind you that JetBlue is here. They're our new corporate sponsor. They got some great prices, great discounts. They're getting bigger and bigger all the time, and they're in it for the duration. Any last words that you and your assistant, Ms. Clark, would like to say about this operation?
Well, we thank Channel 8 for coming at our safety fair today. Our general manager couldn't have been here because they have a safety fair in St. Thomas as well.
Right.
Yeah, today. So we thank you. Myself, Karima Gaskin, our St. Croix Station Supervisor, and
Clark, we really thank you, and we hope the public come and support JetBlue. And in the near future, we will be out there advertising more of our promotions, and we hope that the schools them could come out and participate in it in the near future, our next safety fair.
How can we contact you for this type of thing here?
Well, they could either, come out to our counter here. We're always here from the hours of 10 to 4.
Right.
And also we have our emails that we could give to you,
Just
so
go
you could put
online,
up as well.
JetBlue,
And
St. Croix.
JetBlue.com.
You'll find it.
Correct.
Here at Henry Rolson Airport, luxurious conference room and luxurious area here at JetBlue. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Coming up, a pageant worthy of praise. We'll tell you all about it next.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This Saturday, the Miss American VI Outstanding Team will showcase some stellar talent at the St. Croix Complex. I personally spoke to Executive Director Claire Roker and producer Alex Simon about the event. And I am here with Alex Simon and Miss Claire Roker, who are responsible for putting on a great event on Saturday, the Miss VI Outstanding Teen Scholarship Competition. And I want to start first with Alex to say, talk to me about your involvement in this, because you're no stranger to these types of competitions.
No, I'm not. I've worked with Miss Roker for over 10 years. It's been such an amazing experience working with her. She's like my mother, call her Miss Roky. She always used to fly me in from New York City and from Philadelphia to choreograph for the Hal Jackson Talented Teen pageant. So it was amazing for her to ask me again, to come on board to help them with the production aspect of it. So it's been something really, really amazing to work with the young ladies and with her once again. It just brings back old memories of doing everything. So it's going to be a fantastic show on Saturday. We have a lot planned as far as the production numbers, all the different set designs that I'll be creating for that. And Crucian Dance Company will also be performing live on the stage. So it's going to be something fabulous for everyone to see.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Miss Roker, who's been doing this for quite a long time. She is no stranger to the talent competition, as Alex just mentioned with Hal Jackson, but this is fairly new. And just talk to me about your involvement in it.
Well, this is 8 years for the Miss America Outstanding Teens. The age is the same, 13 to 17. But what attracted me to this is it deals with the young ladies having a platform that they're very passionate about, which is their involvement in the community. Along with that, they have to have talent, and they have to have the ability to be good ambassadors. Why I'm involved? The Virgin Islands is the only Caribbean island in this competition. We are going to compete in August in Orlando with all the girls in the United States between the ages of 13 to 17. And whoever wins gets a $30,000 scholarship for college. And that's what I like about it.
And with school being so expensive, that is amazing. That's wonderful.
And there are other categories. They could win Best Talent, Best Evening Wear, Best Speech. So I think with what Miss America Outstanding Teens has done for young ladies between the age of 13 and 17 is motivate them to be involved.
That age 13 to 16, but there's toddlers in this one. So talk to me about that 13 to 17. Talk to me about the toddlers in this.
Oh, wow. Excuse me. That's something new. The idea came from 3 people. My daughter, Cherise, Chris Rivera, and Ayala. And at first, when they spoke about it to me, I said, no, I don't want the toddlers. They said, let's try it. Because what happened, a lot of people was telling us there's nothing for toddlers. So that's how, and they're going to be doing the production numbers. They're going to be doing the bazaar wear, and they're going to be doing evening wears, and they're going to be fabulous.
I know what they're going to win when they compete in August, but talk to me about what they're going to win on Saturday.
Okay, on Saturday, the toddlers, we're going to give them a savings bonds. And for the in-between, we have a lot of surprises. Let's put it that way. A lot of surprises.
Don't forget, it's this Saturday, May 19th, 7:30 p.m. right here at the St. Croix Complex. You can get your tickets at Music in Motion, Hair Unlimited, and Applause. We're going to be promoting this every night this week because we want to make sure everyone comes out and supports the youth.